Hello, third grade. In 9.2, we will be comparing fractions with the same denominator. Now remember that the denominator is the lower bottom number of the fraction. And our question today is, how can you compare fractions with the same denominator? Jeremy and Christina are each making quilt blocks. Both blocks are the same size and both are made of 4 equal size squares. 2/4 of Jeremy's squares are green. 1/4 of Christina's squares are green. Whose quilt block has more green squares? Well, the first thing we need to do is circle the two fractions you need to compare. We will be comparing 2/4 and 1/4. How are the two fractions alike? Well, they both have 4 in the denominator, or 4 in the bottom number. They are both broken into 4 equal sections. Shade 2/4 of Jeremy's quilt block. I shaded 2/4 of Jeremy's quilt block. Shade 1/4 of Christina's quilt block. I shaded 1/4 of Christina's quilt block. Now compare 2/4 and 1/4. 2/4 and 1/4. The greater fraction will have the larger amount of the whole shaded. So 2/4 is greater than 1/4. 2/4 is greater than 1/4. So Jeremy's quilt block has more green squares. You can compare two fractions when they refer to the same whole or to groups that are the same, like both referred to fourths. Compare fractions of a group. Jen and Maggie each have 6 buttons. Shade 3 of Jen's buttons to show the number of buttons that are red. I shaded 3 buttons to show the number that are red. Shade 5 of Maggie's buttons to show the number that are red. I shaded 5 of Maggie's buttons. Write a fraction to show the number of red buttons in each group. Jen has 3 6 red buttons. Maggie has 5 6 red buttons. There are the same number of buttons in each group, so you can count the number of red buttons to compare the fractions. 3 is less than 5, so 3 6 is less than 5 6. So Maggie has a greater fraction of red buttons. Use fraction strips and a number line. At the craft store, one piece of ribbon is 2/8 yard long. Another piece of ribbon is 7/8 yard long. If Sean wants to buy the longer piece of ribbon, which piece should he buy? Well, on a number line, a fraction further to the right is greater than a fraction to the left. On a number line, a fraction further to the left is less than a fraction to its right. Compare 2/8 and 7/8. Shade the fraction strips to show the location of the 2/8 and 7/8. There's 2/8 and 7/8. Draw and label points on the number line to represent the distance 2/8 and 7/8. There's 2/8 and there is 7/8. Right there. 2/8 and 7/8. Compare the lengths. 2/8 to 7/8. 2/8 to 7/8. 2/8 is to the left of 7/8. It is closer to 0/8 or smaller. 7/8 is to the right of 2/8. it is closer to 8/8 or larger. 2/8 is smaller or less than 7/8, and 7/8 is greater than 2/8. So Sean should buy the piece of ribbon that is 7/8 yard long. Molly and Omar are decorating the same size bookmarks. Molly covers 3/3 of her bookmark with glitter. Omar covers 1/3 of his bookmark with glitter. Compare 3/3 and 1/3. When the denominators are the same, the whole number is divided into the same size pieces. You can look at the numerator to compare the number of pieces. Both fractions involve third size pieces. 3 pieces are more than 1 piece. 3 is greater than 1, so 3/3 are greater than 1/3. So Molly's bookmark is covered with more glitter. On your share and show, draw points on the number line to show 1/6 and 5/6, then compare the fractions. There's 1/6, there's 5/6. 1/6 is less than 5/6. 4/8 are greater than 3/8. 1/4 is less than 4/4. 1/2 is equal to 1/2. And 3/6 is greater than 2/6. You may do the on your own, and then complete 9.2 for today. Thank you.